Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. So in this video I want to cover the story of a Kenyan couple. The story was trending and going around, and initially I didn't have the heart to watch. I didn't have the heart, to be honest, to watch something like that, but I said, you know what, let me actually watch it. And anyways, that's the thing about content creation. As a content creator, having to watch something you didn't really want to watch because you want to be sure what you're talking about. That's one of the tough sides. Anyways, I had to go watch this. So long story short, this Kenyan guy, I'm not even going to bother to say his name. So this guy, I watched the video. He's sitting down in the sitting room. You know, some people say living room. Nigeria we say parlor. Okay, you know what I mean. And the wife brought out a cup, and she put something white inside. She mixed it and she downed it. Apparently she took something that is a life ender, if you know what I mean, right? I skipped it because it was hard. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of skip, and because I don't want to, we're human beings now, some things can be traumatizing. I kind of skipped, and I saw where she was sitting down and stuff was coming from the mouth, and foamy. You can tell that she was kind of like struggling, and she was calling. Oh God, I'm going to be tough on this. Let's apply. Let me put this. Women, please gather here. Let's gather here. Let's talk about this. Let's be tough on ourselves, and something like this should not be happening. And she sat down there. She's calling. She called the first child. I'm thinking it's the first child, and she's calling the child, and she's like, I am going to leave. She called that child, and you can hear from the voice that responded that is a very little child, does not understand, didn't even come, didn't even come. And the mother said, call the child. I think she called Baba or Papa or something like that. He said, I am going to, leave, if you know what I mean. And I think the child even said, okay, something, if I'm not mistaken, I can't go watch the video again to confirm, but something like that. But you can tell that child was too young to even understand what that meant. Somebody else later came in that is an older girl, maybe like a 12, 13, something like that, and you can tell that one kind of like, and that one was bringing water to give her to drink. When something like that happens, the last thing is even water, because water is pushing it down the more, right? Let me not even go to all of that. And you can tell she was beginning to struggle, and eventually the man sat down. The man sat down with the camera, maybe his phone or whatever, and he was filming every single part of it. Like, from what I saw, no emotions. And the next thing, she was like, she sat by his, like, there's a chair, a couch by his right hand side, and later on she came and basically laid on him, like kind of like resting on him, and he didn't even bother. I didn't watch anymore. I stopped there. I didn't want to see more. I stopped there. Long story short, her life ended, and that was the end of it. Apparently the man actually made a post on Instagram or whatever, and was, my dear wife, whatever he posted. I won't even bother reading that. Right now, the area I want to speak of, we as women and men too, because let me tell you, unfortunately these days it's almost like a divide. Typically on social media is like, oh, men versus women, blah. No, every man is most men, not everybody has a child, but every woman, let me put it this way, every woman is the daughter of a man, is the sister to a man, is a cousin to a man, is a niece to a man. So it is not something that affects women. It affects these men too. When something happens to their daughter, their sister, their nieces, their aunties, their mothers, let's apply tough love to this. We can sit here and blame that man for not stopping her, for not doing anything to save her till the cows come home. But let's remember, you see, this life, we came as individuals. No husband is going to go with you when you're going. When you decide to end your life, it is your life that is ended, not the man's life. Let's apply tough love to this and speak the truth to ourselves as women. Organity. What is this? There's another story I've not even covered. This lady that was married to this, whether she brought the man abroad or whatever, she now found the man that she brought abroad, and the man that she brought abroad and did everything for, went to went back to their country, one African country like that, and married somebody else. I've not really taken my time to study that story. And she decided to end it all. Why women today? Why is it men? Because of men. Because of men, women are going a bit, let me say it, too far. As a mother with children, at that moment, prioritize your children. Men come and go. Men come and go. As a mother, I know a lot of people like sympathizing with her. Oh, this, but let's actually speak the truth to our fellow women and let's snap somebody else out of this nonsense now before we hear another one. No matter what consequences or whatever happens to that man right now, I don't know whether he's going to be in trouble or no. I don't even want. Let's talk about self-preservation. Let's speak to ourselves. Men, women, speak to your sisters, your daughters, your aunties, whatever. That is not a solution. As a woman, as a mother, the minute you bring children into the world, think twice before you ever think it's okay to leave them behind. Leave them behind for who? The same man that hurt you to look after. The same man that does not seem to realize that you are important in the lives of your children. Who are you leaving these children for? What am I saying? Let's speak the truth that will snap another woman out of it. If we come here and focus so much on blaming the man and everything, another woman that is watching may think that's a way to deal with a man. If I do this too, the world will put it, the world will judge him. No. Let's apply tough love to this one. That is how I feel about it. Let's apply tough love to this one and say to ourselves as women, I've said it before in several of my videos and I'll say it again. No man is worth living this life for. Because that man that's actually worth living this life for will never put you in a position where you have to live this life for him. Let's use tough love and help our women to snap out of this. It's getting out of hand. I'm not saying it doesn't ever happen the other way, but it's happening more with women. Deciding to end it all because of a man. It's getting too much. It's time for us to start speaking to ourselves as women and say, snap out of it. I say, snap out. Don't get me wrong. I have been in a position where I was so hurt. I was so hurt. But let me tell you, there's no way I can imagine leave this world and leave my children. No. Let me say this. A lot of us would have found ourselves in one position or the other where we feel hurt by a man and all of that. And we look back today and we say, what was I thinking? I remember when I was young and I had a crush on somebody and the person had no interest. It could pain you. But when you look back now, you'll be laughing at yourself like, I can't believe there was a time. I can't believe a lot of these women that do this, if they can only hang on, give themselves another few years, they'll look back and say, I can't believe there was a time when I cried over that man. I'm telling you. Let me tell you, when it gets to that point where somebody feel like that, it's the time to snap out and say, you know what? I take a step back. Just think about when she was doing that. I know she was not in her right mind. That's why I'm speaking to people now, speaking to women now, so that if they ever find themselves there, hopefully my message will ring in their heads and they say, I remember that video, and I remember, hopefully they will be able to snap out of it when they think about the fact that in the next few years, they'll look back and say, what was I thinking? That the fact that no man is what you live in this world because of him. The fact that that is actually the man that does not deserve you. I want this to sink in. And if you're watching this, I want you to leave comments. For a lot of our women that may find themselves in this situation. Especially if you had experiences like that. Because what I saw, my people, and what is so painful is those children, little children that she was leaving behind. It just breaks my heart. And I'm like, because of this man? What about hanging on for your children? What about hanging on for the better days that are ahead? What about hanging on? What about your father and mother that brought you into this world? What about your brothers and sisters, your cousins, what about all these other people that are important in your life? You forget about all of these people and you end it because of this one useless person in your life. It's not worth it. Let's put a stop to it. You need to speak to somebody. Find somebody to speak to about the pain you're going through. Trust me, give yourself time. You will look back and you will smile. I saw that video. Honestly, it's very sad video, and I decided to quickly come and share with you guys. As always, this is how I feel about that story, and as always, whatever your opinions are, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye bye.